Hello, everyone. This is Bill Blakely. I will be the teacher for Math for College Success this year. I'm super excited because this is my favorite class to teach because it is so helpful for each student and it really makes the class relevant to where you are mathematically. So whether you're a strong student in math or a not so strong student in math, it doesn't matter because this class will make a curriculum just for you. So get pumped up. I have been a math teacher at Gull Lake for 30 years. I know that's hard to believe because I look like I'm 35. That's because I started teaching at Gull Lake when I was 5 years old. This is my family, just to tell you a little bit about me. This is my son, Drew. Drew just graduated from the University of Virginia last spring with a degree in kinesiology. He is now going to the University of Richmond in Richmond, Virginia to get his master's degree, and he is also playing baseball there. This is my daughter, Elise. Elise is going into her senior year at Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia. She is going to be an art teacher. So she will have to take classes this year, do her student teaching next fall, and she'll be all done and making huge sums of money as a teacher, just like her dad. That's me. This is my wife, Gretchen. I've been married to Gretchen for 33 years. She worked at Gull Lake while we lived in Michigan. I now live in Virginia. And my wife is a mentor to students. I don't know if she's a mentor for any of you or not, but if you are a student who has her as a mentor, you're lucky because she's great. Here's just some things I like. I just decided to throw some things on here. I do like baseball. I was the baseball coach at Gull Lake for 26 years. And that's it. This right here, the Chicago Cubs. I have probably an unhealthy affection for the Cubs. Right now it is 12:47. I guess it's in the morning technically. And as soon as I'm done making this video, I'm going to watch the Cubs game from today. I watch every single Cubs game. I probably don't see about 10 a year. I have the MLB app on my TV, and I watch them every single night while everyone else is in bed. I went to 4 games this summer, 3 in Wrigley Field and 1 in Philadelphia. Chocolate chip cookies. This is probably the best way to my heart. I love warm chocolate chip cookies. If there's one food that I could survive on for the rest of my life, it'd be chocolate chip cookies. I'd probably weigh 7,000 pounds, but they would taste delicious. And I also really enjoy the show The Office. If I'm not watching the Cubs at night or when the Cubs game is over, sometimes I watch The Office. All right, here's what this class is. How it's going to work is you're going to take an initial assessment. Once you take the assessment, then your lessons are going to be provided just for you. After you take your assessment, there's 331 different paths that this program can take for you. Once you start to go along your path, it'll then give you, a short little quiz. It'll figure out if you've learned that stuff, and if you have, it's going to move you somewhere else. If you haven't learned that stuff yet, then it's going to continue to reinforce it. But it's going to constantly change. So this class, it's if you know somebody else taking this class, you will not have the same lessons as them. So it's curtailed to just you. And you will get out of this class whatever you put into it. Last year was the first year that we taught this class. These are the results. Each kid takes 4 assessments. And you'll see I do track how many minutes you work and how many hours you work. This is the change, and this is the overall grade that these kids did. But you'll notice it down here, 189% improvement. If you look at their scores here in the beginning and their scores here on the end, this is how much they've improved by percentage. Every single kid did so much better. And, the goal of this class is really to make sure that you have a good foundation for college algebra. This placement test can be counted at KVCC if you take it at Gull Lake High School. They will take it, they will count it for the placement test. And so we work in conjunction with them. And if you get a 30 on the test or higher, then you automatically are enrolled in college algebra, and the high school will pay for that. The Gull Lake will pay for that because you can take that as a dual enrollment class. You cannot take any class for dual enrollment lower than college algebra. So the goal is to get you ready for that. Here's what you can expect from me. This class is actually going to be fun. I will do my best to stay in contact with you. And if you have any questions, at the end of this video, it says how you can get in touch with me. But I will get back to you within 24 business hours. And here's what I want to expect from you. When you have questions, you have to ask them. I can make you these little videos like this if you're stuck in an area. This program is pretty good at explaining stuff, but if you have questions, you have to ask me. Alrighty, here we go. Here's the expectation. You're expected to do 30 minutes of math each day. Now, if you can't do that, then you shouldn't be in this class. Now, with that said, if, for example, you miss on a Tuesday, you don't do your work, your 30 minutes, can you do 60 minutes the next day? Of course you can. If you decide that you don't want to do anything on Thursday or Friday, so you miss 30 minutes on Thursday and 30 minutes on Friday, you're going out of town. So you miss Thursday, Friday, you're out of town Saturday, you come back Sunday night. Well, you miss 2 school days. You miss 30 minutes each day. Sunday night, can you do 60 minutes? Yes, you can. Here's the problem. This program is set up so that you are continually making an effort. Now, if you decide to not do any work for 10 days in a row, and then you want to do 300 minutes, you want to work for 5 hours in a row, well, that is not going to be the best way to do this class. You will not learn doing that. You might just try to cram it all into your head, but you're not going to learn anything. 2 kids tried to do that last year. It was miserable. And when you take this class, your grade is based on your participation. It is not based on how well you do on the test. So as long as you're doing your 30 minutes, that's all you need to do, and you'll get a good grade. That's it. We're going to have 4 different assessments during the year. The first one is this week. The second one is going to be during that week. Now, you have any time during that week to take it. However, before you can take it, you have to have worked for 12 hours in the class. So between September 3rd and October 7th, you should work 12 hours. And between this week and this week, you should work 12 hours. And between this November date and this January date, you should work 12 hours. If you have not worked 12 hours, you will not be allowed to take the assessment. And that's when your grade will get hurt, when you are not able to take the assessments. So, 12 hours between assessments, and if you rack up more than 12 hours, that's fantastic. You deserve some chocolate chip cookies if you rack up more than 12 hours. But you have to have a minimum of 12 hours between these dates. You can't take your assessment early, but because that's the pacing of the class. But you can work 25 hours if you want, if you're enjoying it. And your mentor and myself will keep you up to date as to how many hours you have. Here's my contact information right here. So if you need to get a hold of me by email, shoot me an email right there. That's my phone number. You can call me or text me whenever you want, and I will do my best to get back to you quickly. So that's that. Math for College Success. It's going to be fun. It really will. You actually won't hate math. For those of you math haters out there, you're going to like it. At least it'll be tolerable. So, keep in touch. Alrighty. Take care.